I'm Mark DeCastro. I've been with the company for about 3 years, and during that time, I've had the opportunity to see many of our leaders and those on their way to becoming leaders, a lot of those folks who are in this room, speaking about their leadership philosophies, the benefits of coaching, and the competencies that they're working on. Most would consider the opportunity to hear highly successful people talk about the work that they did to become highly successful and what they do to maintain that success to be a privilege. It made me uncomfortable. When I was presented with leaders being openly vulnerable, the thoughts that I had were, why are you telling me this? Aren't you supposed to hide your vulnerabilities? What if someone perceives your openness as weakness? Even worse, are you going to ask for me to be vulnerable and tell you the things that I need to work on? I'm sure you have your own ideas about this. So why should I shine a spotlight on things that I may have successfully concealed thus far? Now, given that introduction, it may come as a surprise to you to hear that I don't like to be vulnerable. I'm not comfortable being open. Since I began practicing law, I've done everything in my power to remove emotion from my work. I was taught that the best attorneys are the ones that can separate their personal feelings from the matters that they're dealing with. Vulnerability creates a toehold that can allow your opponent to beat you. And by most measures, I've been successful at this. But part of LEAD is having a 360 review completed. And for those in the room that don't know what a 360 is, it's an opportunity for your leaders and your peers to provide anonymous feedback about your leadership style, the things that are working well, the things that need to be improved. All of your successes and failures, the pros and the cons, are laid bare and reduced to a report for your convenient consumption. And I've heard about the dissonance that arises when someone's self-view doesn't comport with the results that they receive. And I was concerned that I'd have the same experience. I've worked hard to present myself the way that I do. And if I didn't show up to other people the way that I had tried to, it would be a problem for me. But then I got my results. Prioritizes results and clarity over relationships and trust. Could work on being warmer, hard to connect with, too stoic, you always know where you stand, a little standoffish. And I thought, sweet. That's exactly what I was going for. I think that we're done here. But we weren't done here. When my coach got a hold of my results, she saw things a little bit differently than I did. And I was surprised. Through coaching, I began to realize that the behaviors that I unequivocally believed to be strengths, the things that had brought me here and made me a good attorney, may be holding me back in the organization. What got me here may not take me further. The barriers to interpersonal connection that I'd put up for the purposes of protecting myself might be harming me. And that dissonance that I thought that I'd so skillfully avoided when my 360 results showed up exactly as I hoped they would was showing up in a different way. Everything was going to plan, but my plan was flawed. My coach helped me sum up this dissonance when she asked me a simple question. She said, it's not what kind of lawyer do you want to be, it's what kind of person do you want to be? And I haven't been able to answer that question yet, but I know that it's more than just being a good lawyer. I also need to be a good partner. My counsel is useless if my clients aren't comfortable enough to ask me for it. How I do my job is every bit as important as what I do. As leaders, we need to take time to reflect. Will the behaviors that got us here take us further? What perceived strengths do we have that may actually be weaknesses? What are we doing that's holding us back, or even worse, those that rely on us back? I work to answer these questions myself, as most in this room do, and to be the most effective leader that my abilities will permit. Thank you.